Tonight, we are closely watching a major Missouri education bill, which, among other things, could change the way state money is allocated to public schools. Missouri Capitol Bureau Chief Joe McLean shares the hurdles it faces in the House.
This bill turned into one of those omnibus packages. That's when a bunch of individual bills are bundled up into one big one. And in it, there are some big wins for Democrats and some big wins for Republicans. And that always makes predicting this bill's fate a little tricky.
The bill contains a boost in funding for public schools, teacher recruitment and retention programs, and also a long-desired update to the formula used to allocate state funds, all Democratic priorities.
Changing the formula to be based on attendance and enrollment, that's huge. And there's a lot of other really good things in there. I believe the teacher salary, the baseline salary increases are in there.
But there are also major wins for Republicans, including an expansion of the state's school voucher system, expanding the state's education savings account program, and opening the door for charter schools in one of the state's largest school districts. Sedalia Republican Brad Pollitt chairs the Education Committee.
A lot of good things in the bill, no matter what side you're on, but there's also some things that concern you if you're on the other side. But normally legislation, it deals with if you don't get everything you want every single time, and especially with education.
Democrats have strongly opposed more public dollars going to private education, and Republicans are staunchly against any additional involvement from state government in education. It's why this is likely to get both support and opposition from every political corner.
There are a lot of things that are very attractive about this bill that Democrats have been working for a very, very long time. But it is going to be a very difficult pill to swallow.
Anytime you have multiple items on a bill, that there's always maybe one thing in that bill you just got concerns with, and you have to make the decision.
The package also contains an incentive for school districts that avoid moving to a 4-day school week, with grant funding going towards teacher retention efforts. The bill still needs to be vetted by the House Education Committee. That could start as early as Thursday. But after this week, there are only 7 left in the session. In Jefferson City, Joe McLean, First Alert 4.